Hello, welcome to the 17th episode of the Specter DIY Builder Call. Today we have Marco and someone else, and he's just listening until yet. Maybe he's saying something in the call today. And yeah, Marco, you have made some progress, right?
Yes, but I'm still loading up the folder. Give me a second. All right. We can just have to. Okay. So on the one hand, which I will not show here, is now the mock UI is completely running on the Spectre board. So I can show it just a quick in the camera. It's working, but it's hard to show, I think, with my camera setup here. But the simulator again is still working, but now also all the sizes are as they should be on the device. Maybe what can we see by now? Let's share screen. What did I change? Share. So you should see the mock UI simulator, right?
Yes.
So what was changed? The language I think I showed already. This is I made the settings out of here. It's not a button anymore, it's just up here. So if you click here, you have all the settings. And language, I changed some of the icons because I found some nice ones at BTC icons. They also confirmed they will create some new icons for us in their next release. So they're working at it. So the project is still ongoing, and I'm basically waiting for that. And once that is the case, for example, the battery icon will then be new. And also some of the other icons in here, they might appear a bit small, but this is because they will be replaced. So language is working not only in the simulator, but also on the device, actually. Quite nice. Not via SD card yet, but you can pre-compile different languages into the binary or into the firmware and load it with a set of languages that you want. Later on, once we have really the hardware interface better aligned with Mike, I'd also like to add SD card support, but now you can pre-compile languages into it if you want to. I changed the color scheme here a bit, so no orange and red, which might look like an error, but if you have disabled an interface, it's just grayed out. Or if it is not, grayed out means it's not used, and white means it's available, but there's currently no input on this interface. For this lock screen, I made everything a bit bigger, randomized the numbers now as they currently are already on the firmware, and played a bit with the font sizes and the setup of some of the menus. But if you really want to know how it is, my proposal would be try it yourself. There is, if you're in the dev group, I can forward you a link to a repository where this can be downloaded and tried out either in the simulator or on the device quite easily. And in the background, added unit tests, not all of them, but some unit tests, and also tests on the actual device. Now working for a lot of the things. So the language switching can be tested on device with the test suite. That lock screen works as intended can be tested on device, and some other features as well. So and refactoring.
Looks good. Yeah, so a little bit feedback here, like the battery icon and the switch on and off icon, they look a little bit small compared to the other icons.
That's what I said, right? These are not yet transferred to the BTC icons. These are still the LVGL icons. And I didn't bother to resize them because in the end, the guys from BTC icons confirmed in the end they will take over recreate these icons for us, because this icon is not available in BTC icons, but it's so, I think, ubiquitous that it should be. And they confirmed they will create these icons for us. And once they are there, I will just include them. Then they will have proper size. I don't want to put work into resizing stuff that I will just later on anyway. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's the current state.
Yeah, cool. What can we?
And maybe next steps currently on the menu would be to improve the logic of wallets and seed phrases. So as we discussed end of last year, quite lengthy, that currently here seed phrases and wallets are a bit mushed together, which is not very useful. But in the end, I'd like to have on the one hand still everything that you need on one view in the wallet bar, so that you see what is your currently selected seed phrase, what's your currently selected wallet, and that you then can easily still get to the menus to manipulate them or configure them. That would be my next steps to make this a bit cleaner. And once this is in, on the one hand, either I would really wait for Mike to come forward with the proposed interface between hardware and GUI, that we clean that up. So either he makes a proposal, or if he agrees, then I can also try to make one. In the end, it doesn't matter who is proactive. We just have to agree in the end. Or otherwise, I could start looking into features like the decoy mode, for example.
Yeah, I think before we go like into decoy mode, I think it's necessary to get some feedback from the community, and then to have a look what can be like optimized and what the community wants. I think this is
of course, this will run in parallel, but as long
Yeah,
as there's no feedback, I don't want to keep standing still. Let's keep moving.
yeah. But we need so if we want to get feedback, we need to ask for feedback.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, I think
got one actually from Chris. Chris confirmed he wants definitely needs USB-C on the next device.
yeah. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
And I think
Even
you
like
mentioned that some of the more complex descriptors or wallet setups with Liana might be a bit tricky on the device to either. I'm not sure if he said crash, or I'll have to look it up. But big scripts can be an issue, it seems.
so you mean because of RAM or because of the QR code size or something? So
I'll have to look in detail what he wrote. I can forward you that.
because I think there was a problem with QR codes that is fixed with the new update.
Yeah, I'll reread in detail what he wrote me.
Yeah, regarding the update for our listeners, it's coming very soon. So it's like everything is kind of ready, and we just need some very tiny things to sign and to do. And I'm really sorry that it didn't happen there. It was some miscommunication inside, like from our developers. But I'm pretty sure that we will have it very soon. The update, I think next week, but we need to like get it running. Yeah. Yeah, maybe like something about feedback gathering. I did at some point like a Miro board where I provided you some feedback. Maybe it would be like a cool idea to have like a public Miro board where everyone could put some feedback in. And we could share this somewhere.
Wouldn't that usually be our issue section in the repo?
Yeah, but most people are not. So if we want to like from get some feedback from normies, the issues are too complex and not. Everything is like too geeky, and I think a Miro board would work very good for gathering feedback from like for UI things. You can like arrows and like write something in. It's a lot more easier for most people who just want to give some feedback. And
so if I look at the, I'll just share again. If we look at, is it working? No. Again, screen, share, do it. All right. I mean, if we could create a QR code with this link to it's not really complicated, right? You give it a title and you give your feedback. It's really just to.
Yeah, but you can't make errors or anything. And with Miro, it works pretty good. And we can just link the Miro board as an issue, or I don't know, or we can extract issues from Miro. Maybe even I saw there's like an MCP server for Miro. Maybe this would
You
be
can do
work.
whatever you like. I mean, this is open source, but I would think it's easier if we have a QR code that goes here, and if you want to give feedback, just scan and you end up here, and you just type it in. Right? That's super easy. That's not very
Yeah.
technical.
So I
But
think
you
like
do what you like.
so maybe now I think now is a good time to like find out what's the best ways to get feedback. So on the one hand, we said in private that you could like bring it to the meetup,
Yeah.
which is a very good idea. Then maybe like post it on social media, which is also a good idea. And then I can like repost that. Then we have like the Spectre groups. We didn't share there something. I think there's also like a really good opportunity to get feedback, and we can like make some like A/B testing. Like, would you like this or this? I think this is also very because you can like it. Do you know what I mean?
The question for me is if you want to do A/B testing, we should have some sort of automated way to gather statistically significant data, right? I mean, I wouldn't do A/B testing on like 3 people, and so and I'm not sure if
Yeah,
you're going to
we
get that
could
much
post it
feedback.
on social media. So I think if we have like just 2 screenshots and then what looks better, and I think it would be really easy to get feedback like that on social media, and even like maybe like 15-20 people giving some feedback for that. And yeah, I think this would be like a really easy way to get feedback, and also a good way because people just need to do some one click what they prefer.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
The thing is, then that would at least you have to repost that because I don't have I don't have any engagement on my social accounts.
Yeah, but we can fix that. So I have a couple of social media channels, so it's not that
Yeah,
the
sure,
problem.
sure.
And I think if you have like a couple of A/B tests like that, then the people who really want to like contribute or like give some feedback, they also come, and then maybe we can share every time like this Miro board or this GitHub where they can give a more advanced feedback.
Yeah.
And then I think we would get like the feedback from the people who just want like a couple of seconds see that and want to give some quick feedback. And then we can have the more advanced feedback as to the Miro board or to the GitHub. That is like from people who are really like trying the software out and everything.
Right.
So what I think would be a good idea regarding the Miro board is when you just make some screenshots of the firmware, put them into the Miro
Yeah.
board, and then
They
you
can
could
thumbs up, thumbs down.
you could just because the problem currently is most people who would like to make feedback don't want to install the firmware and try like everything out themselves. So
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are maybe some, but it's too complicated for most of them. But if there would be like this board where you can just click on it, then see like the UI and UX stuff from the different pages, and maybe some simple errors when what happens or some description, and then you could just write some feedback in it. So I think this would be one of the simplest version to get feedback. And for like most, so for people who want to provide feedback, yeah, and you would be, and even it would be the best to track where they have the feedback, because they can just write it to the page they saw it, and it's not just, you know exactly where the feedback is provided. And yeah, this is what I thought.
All right.
Okay, I think we are ready from this side. Yeah, then I think we can close the call now. Not the call, the live stream. And yeah, we will see us next week in the for our listeners. Okay. Where can I?